Today we are going to talk about emerging cybersecurity threats with AI.
Welcome to the world of AI. AI is not just a technical trend, it is the fastest adoption in the history. If it's see from the stats, so if you notice, it took Instagram 30 months to reach 100 million users. They are already being used. When we talk about AI, it is not about whether to use it or not. Most of the tools which we are already using on day-to-day basis, like Microsoft 365, Slack, or Zoom, they are already integrating with powerful LLM. While all the security team were prepared for external threats, one insider threat came all along, and that is the AI tools. So these tools are very powerful. They are trained outside the organization, so you do not know what exactly the type of content they are stealing from you. Your meeting notes, your code summarization, and many other tools can do something like this. 10% of those cases are easy to identify. Because of the complex pattern of AI, it is not easy to identify the users are using it or not. The hidden cost of AI adoption. So there are 4 major issues with AI. The first one is confidential data exposure. So the confidential data exposure states that the critical data like your secret keys, your certificates, your codes and other things. Your customer information is one of them as well. So these information can be stolen by AI tools. The second thing is about IP and policy violation. So there might be a possibility these AI tools are screening your competitors' details or competitors' secrets. In the worst case scenario, it can also reveal your secrets to your competitor. Samsung Semiconductor unit coders basically reveals information of organization to ChatGPT. We'll talk about these instances in detail, what exactly happened. So the very first instance was where an employee wanted to find out a faulty piece of code or what test case is breaking in that faulty code. And they just pasted it in the ChatGPT. With this detail, they also pasted the secrets of the Samsung, which is not allowed by Samsung team. In the second instance, there was some user or a developer who wanted to do a code optimization. And this code optimization is something related to their semiconductor testing and how exactly they test their chips. And this information was revealed to ChatGPT. In the third instance, there was a meetings of minute where the users were generating these notes from AI tools and pasting it into ChatGPT for generating PPT. Again, it contains future plans, how Samsung will be doing in the future plans and all those things. Now, because these critical data has been stolen to ChatGPT within 20 days of span, so Samsung took some steps to basically block ChatGPT completely. They also mentioned the users to not paste any sort of critical data into these AI tools. They also released a company-wide memo how exactly to use these sort of tools. Last but not least, they also released their own LLM, how exactly they're going to build their own LLM tool. So now we talk about the data theft. So these data theft, previously it was all about the intentional cases. Users were pasting those data on emails, Dropbox and many more tools. But now it is completely unintentional. Users don't even know they are trying to do some productivity gains and without knowing that there is a case where the data is being stolen. Attacks sort of things like phishing, ransomware, these were the attacks which was quite common. But now your meetings notes, even your code writers can do something like this. Last but not least, the users previously stealing this information and all those things was easy to integrate or easy to identify. The logs and the patterns were super easy. But because of these AI tools, they are powerful LLM, we are not able to identify where exactly the things are being stolen from. Now we'll talk about how exactly we can protect it and how exactly we can use this AI tool in secure way. Over to you, 𝘃𝗶𝗃.
AI adoption is happening, and even giant companies like Samsung are facing challenges with the data leaks. So let's discuss about how we can govern this transformation. Let's discuss about the different approaches we can take to protect the AI, use of AI. So approach 1, we lock everything down. So no access to ChatGPT, no access to Bard or Gemini. So this is most conservative strategy. Best suited for companies like working in defense, lawyers to be more productive, you can't limit your productivity. We can pull. This is basically like creating a security perimeter to block AI interactions, and it can be achieved with a combination of your firewalls, DNS queries, and putting agents on your machine. Something we will look for alternative approach. So shadow AI use even increases even more, and you get competitive disadvantages. So that does not look like a good option. So let's talk about option two, where you put controlled enablement. You need to know what uses is being happen, or we need to gain some visibility here. So to put the control enablement, we'll check the three-step approach. First, we'll get the visibility of what AI tools your employees are using, and what type of data they are sending to AI codes. So for this, we need to put agents on your machines. We need to have traffic analysis at network layer. And so this will help us get the idea about what traffic is going outside your network and what domains are being used. So once we have visibility, we can move to our four-layer defense approach. So what happens here is we have created our own approach where we use um, the tools to protect AI uses, and that works at four layers. SWG, your secure web gateway, acts at the network layer, and if required, it can also act at the application layer. Your CASB acts at the application layer. Then we have DLP acting at the data layer, and SIEM is a threat intelligence which acts. Talk about the SWG. It's a tool. Um, so it's an age where your traffic first hits the internet. It's the point where your packets first reach the internet. So SWG help you filter all your HTTPS traffic. Consider it as a firewall. It helps you inspect not just browser in activity, but it helps you also tells you about what API calls are being made, because AI is not just a browser tab. It can be done through the ChatGPT APIs or Copilot APIs, or let's say someone is using mobile apps, ChatGPT mobile apps to you for the AI. So it can also act as a app tunnel to check what traffic is being sent to your mobile app or what endpoints are being accessed. So overall, it acts as a firewall for you. We can do the policy enforcement based on um, the DNS or DNS at the SWP. So it's basically network layer. So it will be based on DNS. Next comes CASB. So it actually goes deeper than the DNS, looks inside and check how AI is being used, and can take decision based on that. Let's take an example that a developer is using a Copilot, and so let's assume that is a sanctioned application. So CASB will allow it, but it will still monitor it, what activities being happening, and it will check and if the developer tries to upload the sensitive information to Copilot, so they outside your network, CASB watermark it and send the data, the sensitive part which is being sent is watermark. So it protect your data from going outside the server. Talking about the third layer, is the KLP, which is the most important layer, because unlike other network layer tools, which checks that what is being accessed, it actually look inside the packets and see what data is being sent. So DLP can look for your sensitive code. It can look for your social security numbers, API keys, and other confidential data. Those can feed logs to the SIEM tool, and SIEM can act based on that. So SIEM has the overall picture, what the frequency with the timeline, and what how AI is being used by each Android. Let's take an example. So user tries to open a browser tab and upload a CSV there. That's happening in the browser ChatGPT endpoint. So CASB gets a visibility of that, and CASB split the log to the SIEM tool. So based on the logs it got from CASB for the access, what data it was, the user sent to the ChatGPT, SWG, which detected the DOR activity, and DLP, which detected that the data which was being synced was actually a sensitive data. SIEM can take decisions, and it can they can enforce policy and automated actions with the SIEM. Shares the data with each other so that to build the AI defense framework. So looking at the unified AI defense framework in action, let's take an example of PII workflow, your personal identifier information. So let's say user is trying to prompt the social security number in ChatGPT prompt. So that goes to SWG first, which they just looking at the network layer, so it knows what URL is being hit. Then it goes to CASB. CASB can actually decrypt the packets, can see what is inside. You don't want to send outside your network. So we'll be putting the CASB to on the 𝘃𝗶𝗨𝗏 domains. Comes with the encrypted API key again. Now it's a CASB job to decrypt that and give the original key. So in the ID. So stay tuned. So technology isn't enough. Okay, so I'll give you an station. 𝘃𝗶𝗃𝗲𝗿 and 𝘃𝗵𝗵. So if you have any questions or feedback, sorry, we've been with that slide, the technical I think receive that few years.